What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Rude Dudes podcast, where today we're going to be discussing something a little bit different. We're going to be discussing kind of ish people going viral, something that Tyler has not been able to attain ever in his career in social media. So, I am
Wow.
joined today. I am joined today by Tyler and Justin, who Justin and I are both in that same boat as well. Um, Hey guys.
Hi.
Hi.
How
Yeah.
was your Twitch streaming? How did that go?
Not great. Not great. Listen, how's the YouTube channel that was, going on for years going?
Better than this channel.
Oh shit, that's true.
Wow. So that's how we're starting off, huh?
That was
um,
good. That was good.
Thank you. Thank you. But before we dive into today's topic, because I am pretty excited to talk about this because I know that you two feel really like you feel passionately about like some of the creators that we're going to be talking about, like with their ingenuity and just like how creative they are, which truly it's surprising how they come up with the things that they come up with. But before we get into that, I do want to quickly shout something out. I think in our Marvel versus Capcom long podcast, if you guys listened, thank you so much. But going back to that podcast, I had mentioned something where I think I said that Capcom has either stated or that potentially in the future they could be coming out with um another Capcom fighting game collection that might be a little bit different than the Marvel vs. Capcom one and include a lot of their older games, such as like Rival Schools and stuff like that. And I'm happy to report as of today, Capcom has actually announced that. So we're actually going to be getting Tyler's making out with a skull. Okay, we're all on Discord right now. And I like
Tyler's ADHD is like
Listen,
kicking in
it's
so
bad.
hard right
It's
now.
really
I
bad.
just got so thrown off in the beginning that I was just like, let me just grab the nearest thing to me and just make out with it.
Yeah, he was trying to make out with
Listen,
a skull.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I was gonna say he was skull fucking it, but that is a different thing.
That is a very different
He's
thing.
fucking with a skull.
That might be later.
Okay. Um, but my original point, so rival schools, Capcom versus SNK and Capcom versus SNK 2, hello, are going to be coming
Okay.
out in a collection. If you are remotely interested in that, go check it out. Capcom announced it a couple days ago at the Nintendo live stream. I think it was for indie games. So, yeah, very exciting stuff. But on that note,
On
let's
that
go
note.
into today's topic.
All right. So to get into today's topic, we are going to talk about like some feats YouTubers have come to for content and the brilliance behind that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I think you meant like beats as in like showing their fucking toes and stuff.
Listen,
No, this is not feetfinder.com.
listen.
Okay.
Okay. I was
This
about to
is
say, like, wait,
this
we're
is
starting off with this.
this is YouTube.
Yeah.
Listen,
Well,
people.
you're also talking about the site that like it was found that, family channels were just crawling with pedophiles watching for the children. So,
Valid. That's very valid.
I didn't need to know that.
oh, Justin, it's a bad rabbit hole to dive down. I'm a
Oh,
true crime junkie till I die,
we
so I've fell down that rabbit hole.
Mm.
that's interesting. We should
Yeah.
brush up on that in another podcast
Yeah.
where we talk about
Right now,
trauma. But right
yeah, but right
now,
now, shut the fuck up.
Are you saying I'm traumatized?
you might be.
And we
You
all
might not
know.
even realize it.
No, I am. No, 100% am.
Um, so the first one I want to talk about is have you guys ever heard of the Hacksmith?
Maybe. I don't want to
No.
say no. I'm bad with names.
He is a Canadian YouTuber. Or well, YouTuber obviously, but he's based in Canada.
Mhm.
And he makes stuff that's not real or not possible in our reality into something that's real.
Hmm.
So like he made Captain America shield.
Yes, I have
Oh,
heard of this
okay.
guy.
He made Thor's hammer that like
Mm.
only he can lift as long as it's on a
Oh,
magnetic surface.
yeah, yeah. Isn't it
Um,
also like fingerprint
mhm.
scanning too?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Uh,
What?
he he's done a lot. He made the what's that one mech from Alien? Or is Alien?
Oh, I don't. Oh, I don't.
I know
Uh,
what you're talking about. The where
like the
Ellen
yellow.
Ripley like
Yeah,
kills the xenomorph with like being in a robot. It's in like the third Alien movie, maybe, or the
I think
second
it's the
one.
second one. Yeah, second one.
he
And then
made
she says,
he made that mech.
"Oh,
Didn't he also make like Tanjiro's sword or something like that?
Something like that. But
I think he made like some anime sword at some point.
he has done a lot. He made Wolverine claws. I think the first thing he's ever done was make Wolverine claws.
That's super
oh,
cool.
And then
that's sick."
he electrified them, and then he made them self-healing. So like he found like this metal that was able to like heal itself and like form back and like program the metal to form back into like the claws, which is so mind-blowing.
That is so
Okay.
cool.
When you said self healing, I was like, "What the fuck are you talking about? Like, what video game shit is this?"
um but he has done so much, and he also gives back to like the engineering field, as far as like, he goes and does like TED Talks at schools, and he has interns come in and like go under him. He's certified um with I forgot what college it was, but they have like classes in his workspace, and it's
Oh wow.
he he I forgot what the last thing he's done, but like regardless, like super brilliant dude. And like I think that was a like a good part to go with on this in this episode, because like he is one of like my one I look up to the most. Like when it comes to engineering stuff,
Really?
nothing tickles my fancy more than watching hacksmith videos.
Yeah, it's he's one of those people, and I think that some of the other creators that we're going to be talking about today, like you just kind of wonder what they would actually be doing if they weren't doing YouTube videos and kind of doing this creative thing.
Right.
Because YouTube basically gives them a platform to do this crazy stuff that they like have thought of in their brain, then they want to try, and they kind of put it to life, which again, it's kind of like that beautiful power of YouTube that lets these creative people get a platform. And in his case, they have engineering classes after him, and he does like a really good thing by also donating to that engineering into the engineering field and so on and so forth, which is just super cool and a great
Mhm.
use of a platform, in my opinion.
He
Mhm.
also made an AI Jarvis that goes through his
What?
entire warehouse too. I thought that was really
That's
cool.
actually horrifying.
I don't know if it's like, I think it's just like a Google. It's like the same thing as like a Google Home, pretty
Okay,
much.
that's less horrifying.
But like it goes through the entire thing, and he made a mini Cybertruck.
Cool.
Okay.
But as far like if I had to put this on a scale, smarts wise, Max.
Hmm. Really?
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, duh.
Entertaining wise, I would say probably like a 5 or 6. You watch
Okay,
the Hacksmith videos for like what they're actually making.
right.
Comedy wise,
Okay.
2.
Mm.
And I think we should have that scale for each person that we talk about.
Hmm.
So going on from Hacksmith, Justin, do you want to take it to the second one?
So yeah, the content creator like I kind of wanted to talk about was and really the one that kind of inspired this whole entire topic was Michael Reeves.
Hmm.
So if you don't know who Michael Reeves is, he is a content creator who posts videos once in a blue moon. Tyler's is pressing his skull again.
Yeah, the ADD,
Pressing,
bro. It's really
yeah,
bad.
he's centrally caressing his head. Um,
He's now kissing his head.
so yeah, so Michael Reeves is like the one that inspired this entire topic. And for those that don't know who Michael Reeves is, he makes random ass videos that involve his like engineering mind. He's like a mad scientist of YouTube is essentially what he is. He'll make things like how he made a video about a camera tracking his goldfish in the fish tank, and whichever side of the fish tank he's on will buy stocks from will use money and buy stocks for him to get more money. And then eventually in that video
He made
He
like a
went
he
$1,000.
yeah, he made $1,000
pitting
and
against the
also
subreddit.
yeah, battled he used his goldfish to battle against the Reddit thread Wall Street Bets. And Wall Street Bets lost.
Which
And
is
like
hysterical.
it is fucking hilarious. And he made like other shit where he takes like the Boston Dynamics robot dog and made it able to piss into a cup.
I forgot about
What?
that. I
Yeah.
forgot about that.
So Matt, do you know what Boston Dynamics is?
No.
Okay. Have you seen this like robot dog that's like able to walk around,
Yes.
get up? That's that's who Boston Dynamics is. They made that
Okay.
fucking dog robot.
That's funny.
And they
And
let Michael Reeves have one. And he
they
Oh,
like,
let him have
that's a
one.
that's a
And
great and
he pro-
terrible idea.
I mean it's a fucking it's amazing.
It's
He actually
amazing.
programmed the dog to look for a cup, and then he walked towards the cup, adjust itself and its little pee pee, and squirt beer into the cup.
mm-hmm.
It pisses beer into a cup.
Girl, what?
It was
Yes,
is so good.
He
it
is a
is
he's a genius.
like he makes so many fucking good videos, and it's like, yeah, he makes it like the release of his videos is it's like once in a blue moon, but it is always good shit.
And one thing I really like about Michael Reeves too is that he explains how he
Oh
got
yeah,
there in the funniest way possible so you stay engaged.
Hmm.
mhm.
So it's
And like
like,
his editing is like one of the best editing like videos you'll see out there.
Yeah.
Like the transitions are so clean.
Yeah, I have to agree. Like, so to for anybody listening, to give you some context, they showed me him the other day, and it was my first time watching him. I had never seen him before, and he he is just incredibly entertaining with the way that he like talks through his thought process, and it's insanely relatable too in certain situations. Like when he was talking about, like the video that I saw was the buying the stocks for an example. When he was talking about his thought process about pinning it against like the people of Reddit, like my brain as somebody who had to take statistics in college and worked with a lot of statistics, I was like, yeah, that makes sense. Like you're going to pit it against something that's like actually, like humans are actually like trying to give advice to, I guess. And then he's seeing how it pins against his goldfish who is just floating around. you
yeah.
know, it's
Wild.
hysterical. It is hysterical.
And
Yeah,
and
and like
one oh sorry.
like yeah, sorry, just real quick. He just like cuts out cuts out a lot of like the boring shit too that he like he could explain how all this actually works, but he'll like give a little bit of explanation and say, "Oh no, that all right, that shit's fucking stupid. Throw that aside. Here's the final product, or here's the progress of what I just explained, ish, like a brief summary of what I explained, and here's what the result is." And
Yeah.
does it like such a comedic way that's like in Tyler's like scale of what was like entertainment, comedy, and
Uh,
creativity?
so my scale was engineering, like
Oh,
like
yeah.
engineering, um, entertaining, and comedic. So like
I would say,
entertaining meaning like how engaged are you with the video,
hmm
like
I would say,
from start to finish.
yeah, like entertaining, comedic. I don't know, 9, 10.
I would say 9 or a
Engineer,
10.
engineering. I mean, it's probably not the. He's no like MIT graduate. I don't even think he actually has a degree.
No, I think he
But like
dropped out.
8. Yeah, yeah. He.
Makes
I'm pretty sure
sense.
he dropped out. Yeah, but like, I mean, the shit he comes up with is so fucking creative. It's so stupid, and I love it.
Like
Dude's low key a genius.
he
No,
turned scooters into a car, like scooters that you'd find laying around in LA
Yeah.
into a functioning like car that works.
Okay,
That
and
so
steers.
I take back my last statement. He's not low key, he's high key a genius. Like,
no, and
dude's brain does not work the same as ours.
the reason why he made that video was because his friend rode a scooter and broke his hand.
Hmm.
Oh my
And it's like,
god.
yeah, and he was like, okay, scooters are dangerous. Let's make a car out of scooters.
And
Like,
the
what?
the funniest part about the whole thing is by the time he actually got done with that, his friend's hand was healed,
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
Yep.
and they had to go to like CVS and get like a cast to to be like, we did this in time. But
That's funny.
but yeah, no, and then oh man, Michael, and the amount of stuff that he's into, just like as a side character, he just brings so much comedy to the table.
Hmm.
We're gassing him up for a reason. If you guys don't know who Michael Reeves is at this point in YouTube, please search him up. You will not have a bad time.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Um, but one of the things that I love that came from that is a streamer called Point Crow who took kind of like the same thing, but he made his own version of it. Or he didn't, his friend did. He made a version of that where it had a controller layout. And this guy's name is Point Crow.
Okay.
He had his goldfish play and beat bosses in Elden Ring because of that.
No way. That's crazy.
So Point Crow made a controller layout and he had target assisting so it'd be able to focus on the goldfish. So whatever the goldfish got something to say,
I'm
Matt?
sorry.
You got
No,
something to
that's just
say?
the that is just the
Are you
funniest
starting
shit
shit
ever.
with me now?
Who No, I'm not starting shit right now, but that is the funniest shit. Like, who comes up, well, I mean, obviously it's coming from the fact that they had a creator made a goldfish by stocks, but just the imagery of a goldfish and the camera following it and it like having a sensory on a button layout to play Elden Ring.
Yeah.
Hmm.
That's hysterical.
And it won. It
Girl.
beat like the or I mean given like you're not gonna fight so he beat all the bosses up into or he didn't fight like Radon because you had to like run up to him. There's a lot of movement that has to go with it, and I don't think that
Right.
it would
Yeah.
have been good enough to fight. But he
Mhm.
beat Godric. He beat
Oh,
the first stage of Melina, Melina,
Melania.
Melania.
Wild.
I've played Elden Ring.
That's
Um
not a feat that a lot of people can even say they have done.
yeah, it was like what 60 something percent have beaten it.
Yeah.
And a
No,
goldfish.
well,
A fucking goldfish.
Well, is the
see,
60% from Melania or an earlier boss?
no, Godric.
Oh, Godric.
Godric.
Gotcha. Okay. Sorry.
Yeah.
I was not, my brain was like beep boop boop.
I don't know the
Um,
percentage on Melania.
Uh,
uh I don't know if she has an achievement tied to her. She must.
Oh no, she does, but it's like well, for one, like how many people have actually beaten her first phase, which the goldfish has done.
Yeah.
But even still, like even then, like I'm sure less than 50% of players of all Elden Ring players have actually gotten to Millennia.
Hmm. Yeah, that's true.
Just like a weird side tangent. Statistically, a lot of players do not beat their game
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
or
true.
even go far with them. Sorry.
Um,
But that's crazy. Like I wonder how many hours it took him to like do
how many
that.
attempts
Yeah, how many attempts, and like
per boss?
did he live stream it
Yeah,
or how did that work?
he
Okay.
live streamed it. I mean,
He
I'm
did.
sure we can figure out the information with like a quick Google search, but I mean,
Hmm.
for the sake of the podcast, we'll just say that there was a lot of attempts.
I'm sure that there was, because like you would have to like a goldfish could just roll off the edge if anything,
Hmm.
like
Hmm.
there was probably countless attempts where nothing really happened, you know?
Yeah,
Right.
I'm sure
So,
it's hours, if anything.
and then also on top of that, like we watched some crazy that night that we were like doing research for this topic.
Hmm.
We watched someone play or beat Melania's first phase on a DDR
And her
pad.
second. I
Anderson,
think she
yeah, it
Yeah, I
was
And
the
think she
first
second.
and
beat
second
Melania.
on a
That was
DDR pad.
crazy. Yeah, she used like the select button to
Lock
lock
on.
on, essentially.
Hmm.
It was crazy. And
So
that's
for
kind of what inspired this podcast in general, because we were like, the things that people will do to essentially go viral
Yeah,
on the internet.
and well deserved stuff.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Like this is like an achievement in itself is to be like immortalized and be like, hey, that person did it.
Hmm.
Like, that's why I give like a lot of credit to like Point Crow. Like, he didn't come up with the idea of using a goldfish for and having something track, but he used it and he did an accomplishment with it.
Which is crazy. Yeah, that's
Mhm.
super cool.
Or like someone playing Elden Ring just using the drum set from Rock Band
Right.
and
Mhm.
beating it. Like, it is beyond crazy what people have done. And like I said, well fucking deserved.
Hmm.
I could not have that kind of talent. Maybe with the goldfish, I could probably rig something up. But like as far as like using like a DDR pad or like the Rock Band drum set or like some kind of wacky controller to beat a game like that, I
Mm-mm.
couldn't. I can barely get through it now.
Patience. Yeah, I literally don't have the patience either to do something like that. But let alone
Mhm.
like imagine you use a different kind of controller, like y- no thanks.
Yeah. So segueing from this. So Matt,
Yes.
what are some of the dark ones?
Yes. So moving into this, so initially I was going to talk just more about like people and like people that I follow, like iJustine. I think that she's really interesting because she's basically made it a career to talk about Apple. And that's how she essentially went viral and got started was by showing her first AT&T phone bill. And I love iJustine, so I was going to talk a little bit about her and how she's just like one of like I don't know, like one of the OGs of YouTube. When I think of like OGs of YouTube, I think of her. But I thought it'd be a little bit more interesting because we as a society have really made it clear that like there is a value in having followers. So I just wanted to talk today about some of the crazy things that people have done to go viral and just kind of like the darker side of like going viral internet history and kind of these people that now live on in infamy. So,
Mhm.
going through some of these topics, like I'm going to be also talking about challenges and some of these I'm just like, Jesus. So some of it will be TikTok, some of it will be YouTube, but just wanted to talk overall, just the ones that really grabbed my attention and I was like, dang. So starting out light, the Tide Pod Challenge. I forgot that that
Oh
existed,
my god.
honestly.
Wow.
Yeah. I forgot that existed, and when I was doing my research, I was like, "God, did that kill anybody?" Because I'm pretty sure it did. It did indeed kill 8 people. Um, and
Oh,
if you guys aren't aware of what the Tide Pod Challenge is, you would eat a Tide Pod, which is extremely,
The
extremely hazardous.
the forbidden gusher.
The forbidden fucking gusher.
oh, oh, that's what people called it.
Yeah.
That's what I called it. I don't know if that's actually a thing.
No.
Um, yeah, but I honestly just forgot about that weird part in internet history. And I guess going on with the challenges, one that really shocked me, which actually has killed people, is the one chip challenge. Um,
Oh,
The
yeah.
Carolina Reaper?
yep, the Carolina
I did
Reaper.
it.
So, oh God, I'm so sorry. Yeah,
Oh,
if you guys aren't aware of who was ever listening, the one chip challenge is basically like a Carolina Reaper infused chip. It's supposed to be extremely spicy. You are supposed to eat it as a challenge and basically get your reaction from how hot this chip is. But it did kill some people because of how extremely hot it is.
And
But
it's just like those people are not equipped or like they're not used to having like spices like that. And it's just like
I'm
oh,
sure.
I remember going
their
through
body.
it.
Yeah.
Like I hit I we were so me and at the time like co-hosts we recorded it and it's somewhere on YouTube.
Really.
Yeah, so um I just remember cuz when we did it they blindfolded us and then we played roulette with it.
Oh, God.
So
Oh God.
we had two Doritos and the last one was the chip. Um and they were like, "Oh, we're gonna have them do the build up suspense and stuff. And we're not gonna tell them," but we knew. Um, but I that was the worst. I threw up, and it's in the video.
Oh my God, Tyler.
My co-host
So
went through a panic attack,
Oh my
and
God.
his arms locked up, and he lost complete feeling in his hands. And that was scary. Like it was beyond fucking scary because me and him both thought we were gonna die.
man, you know how you were saying that there's people will do anything to go viral?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I literally was just about to say that. It's just scary, like the things that the bodily harm that people will go through
The
to go viral, you know?
the thing that saved us is that we were in a safe environment doing it.
Yeah.
With
A
with
hospital?
with no. With people who were on standby in case
Mm,
Good.
anything went like wrong with like milk or like I think I had yogurt.
Ugh.
yeah,
And
very helps.
we were in a controlled space. So that was the thing that like really helped us. Because if we did that shit in my like basement, it would have been a completely different story. But yeah, no,
Yeah.
that's funny that you bring that up because that just unlocked a memory for me.
That
Are
one,
you?
I will say a friend tried to get me to do that, and I already have like, I don't know. I'm like, I'm a wuss with pain, so no thank you. Like, I
Yeah,
always declined, and I knew that it would mess me up. So I'm
The
glad I
w-
never did it.
the worst part
same
about
friend
that
told me.
is not sorry not to cut you off. The worst part about that was the bowel movement.
Oh, I can only imagine how painful that was.
Yeah, like it was like I think a day and a half later, I was crippled.
Jesus.
All right. Anyway, sorry, Justin, I cut you off. You can continue. I'm done talking about that.
As I was about to say, Matt, same friend
Mhm.
tried to get me to do it.
I know. And I said you could probably do it. You like spicy shit.
Yeah, I like spicy shit. I would try looking out for it too. I don't, and
Yeah, I mean, just like after
we never did it.
Yeah, but just after reading that, I would never advise anybody to do that, and hearing Tyler's experience, no thanks. It's not worth it.
Tyler, how are you with spicy food in general?
I like spicy, um, but I
He's
can't
also white.
handle. I wasn't gonna
Yeah.
bring race into this,
I
Shit,
am
I was.
too.
but I can't. Honestly, because of the chip, I can't handle like hot stuff
Hmm.
because it just PTSD.
Get
Yeah.
that. Um, some other trends that I found from the one chip challenge, which I just thought were so fucking stupid that I had to add. People have got seriously injured from these though. Skullbreaker challenge. Either of you familiar with that?
No.
Basically,
No.
if I and I did not write this down, briefly read about it, but I think that what happens is essentially like people are like jumping to take a picture, and it's supposed to be like a funny, like, whatever, like midair capture kind of a picture. And then the person that they're pulling the prank, I use very loosely. Um, the third, like the person who they're gonna prank with this skull breaker trend, basically they have the person jump to take the picture and they hit their legs while they're in the air, and then they like fall back and hit their head on the ground. Yeah.
What
And
year
that's why
was
it's called the
this?
skull breaker challenge. I don't know. It was a TikTok trend,
Oh, so this is like
allegedly.
recent,
Oh my god.
like the last like 5
Yeah,
years.
it's yeah. My favorite one. My favorite one is whip talk. People doing whippets on TikTok
Oh
to
my
go
god.
viral and to get onto whip talk.
Just gonna say this now. We
Wait,
do not advise anyone to do whippets or any
I
form of
wait.
do not
drugs.
advise. Nope.
Sorry,
Um,
I'm very well, very informed. What is that?
Basically, like when you like huff an aerosol can of like
Oh,
something to get high. Yeah. Yeah. It's
oh,
not good. It really like messes your body up. But I
mhm.
found that one to be so funny. Not that I condone like drug use or harming yourself in that way or anything of that nature,
Someone did it. You
but
enjoyed what they did.
it's funny. Like when I read it, I was like, come on. Like Whippets really has a hold on society still
Hmm.
to this day.
It's
Like that's
nuts.
crazy. Just in your face right now. It's just, I wish people could see it.
because I'm so handsome. Yeah, I know.
It's
Yeah.
very true.
So I only have a couple more to go, and I am gonna like do a trigger warning. These just get worse and worse. These first two are not terrible, but I am going to be talking about people that unfortunately passed away from the acts that they have done. So just a little trigger warning before we get there. I will do it again just to inform you that it is coming up, but I just want to make sure that everyone knows. So the next one that I found that I've giggled, um, which is also, this is stupid. Don't do this, people. A live streamer trespassed while live on Rice Gum's property in California. And I know. And California is a state that you can basically by any means forcibly remove somebody from your property. So they could have really gotten messed up if they went to the wrong property and tried to do this. Um, Basically how it ended, Rice Gum's friends came out and you could hear them being like, "What the fuck are you doing?" essentially, while on stream, by the way. So he like effectively doxed Rice House too, or Rice Gum's house. Justin's face. But thankfully, nothing bad happened to him. They just like his friends got him out. But that's scary. Like he could have gotten shot. He could have gotten like the shit beaten out of him, which would have been legal in California. Like it basically said by like any means to get somebody off of your property. Um, but yeah, don't trespass people. That's dumb. You could go to jail or get
it's
shot.
hard because it's like, yeah, you shouldn't do that, or like, well, that streamer shouldn't have done that. But it's also like, maybe he should have gotten his ass kicked, just
Yeah.
so people understand. Like, no, you don't do this for content. This is not content.
You don't
You'll
get
get fucked up.
you don't do this and get away with it.
Yeah.
Yep.
as easily.
And like
Yeah.
We're
Matt,
gonna let you
after
go, but you're gonna break some bones.
Right.
Matt, after you go through your like list of like shit, just one thing I gotta mention too. So
Okay. So, this one also made me giggle a little bit because this one was really stupid. In 2015, there was some people, and I didn't dig into this because, again, I don't want to really give them clout. You guys might have heard of this situation, but in 2015, these YouTubers, like this group of YouTubers, they basically did, I think they were like but they basically did a museum heist prank. I don't know where this took place, but they did a couple of them. And in one of them, they basically pretended to kidnap one of the people that was in on the prank, but it didn't really go in their favor because they got
Mhm.
arrested and went to jail
Oh my
like
god.
dude,
a couple
it,
weeks.
it triggers me so much when people will list things as a prank video when the acts that they're doing is not a prank. It is harassment.
Hmm.
Yep.
And like for some reason people can't distinguish between the two and try to joke. And the person has they're trying to like tell that person, hey man, just calm down. It's a joke. Like, no, fuck
Right.
you.
Right. And like when I was reading about this particular incident, that's exactly what they essentially were trying to say, like as their defense. Like it was a joke, it's a prank, like get over it. But I think that like those are perfect examples of like those two examples specifically, like the live streaming and the museum heist prank. It's like we have like almost as a society viral brain rot. Like we want to go viral, we want to build an audience, like and you think of ways to do it and the most outlandish and crazy shit, which then blows up in your face.
Hmm. Yep.
Tyler, you wanted
So
to say something?
yeah, I got another one. It's one of my favorite ones, and that's
Okay.
the pedophile beatdown.
Oh my god,
Wait, what?
I love them.
It's when
Wait.
it's like people do like a Chris Hansen um interrogation of pedophiles, but at the end of it, they just beat the living shit out of them.
I've come across them on TikTok. It's amazing,
It's
Justin. I will send it to
amazing.
you. It's amazing. That's like
Normally,
one
I
thing I
don't
could really get behind.
condone that, but it's worth it because they're pedophiles.
I agree. I agree. Yeah, no, I don't condone violence, but that's violence I do absolutely stand behind because
Hmm.
I
I
like
die
I
on that.
understand that I think and this is like a different topic for another time, but like I don't know if it's still in the DSM as a mental illness, but I think that pedophilia is considered a mental illness, but like stay away from kids, please.
Hmm.
Like whatever.
I agree.
Okay.
So
Keep our kids
So
safe.
yep.
the one thing that just came into my head as Matt was
Mhm.
talking, it's something involving IRL streamers and one
Oh, yeah.
very specific one who
NPC Miles
tried
Morales.
no,
PC.
Oh, never mind.
no, okay. This is see, I don't want to say this content creator's name. I don't even want to call him a content creator. He's just a piece of shit. Um, but he originates from Kick.
Mm,
He
Now,
originates
even
from
on
where?
Kick, if you
Oh,
don't
okay.
know what Kick is, it's a streaming platform much like Twitch, except they're able to get away with a lot more things and not get in trouble for it. Um, this person, this streamer, did an IRL stream in Japan where this person went out and essentially harassed a lot of Japanese people. He would say things like he would just like shout repeatedly Hiroshima and Nagasaki. He would say things like, "Oh, don't fuck with me, otherwise US is gonna nuke you guys again." And just like say the most unhinged like, what the fuck are you doing kind of thing
Didn't he get
just for the
arrested?
sake of oh no, he got arrested.
Yeah.
Good.
Not after the first incident. He got arrested after the second. And like in the second incident where he uh he was out and about again and just harassed people on the street until eventually him and I guess another streamer friend got knocked the fuck out by two of them.
Good.
And it's just like, oh yeah, good. Honestly, I don't like to go down violence, but honestly, these people don't deserve it. Well,
No,
no, well
absolutely not.
they deserved it, but like,
Oh well. Oh, I thought you meant like the bystanders. Like those people don't deserve it. But the people,
Those
no, no, no,
people do not
the
deserve it.
people,
No.
the people
the
who
bystanders,
go there to cause trouble. Why? You're
Looking at you, Logan
disturbing
Paul.
hmm
Suicide Forest.
yeah,
That
and
still makes me mad.
it's so stupid.
But
But yeah, like it's ridiculous how people will go to countries like Japan or mostly like anywhere else that and like they feel like they can get away with shit
Yeah.
just because just because that country is much more like chiller, people are less confrontational, but that doesn't mean you can go there and fuck with people
yeah,
Yeah.
and be like,
It's gross.
I can't do this in America because people will fuck me up. Like here,
Yeah, he needed to get jumped. Like I there's a few situations where I do condone violence and I'm like, yeah, no, that needed to happen. He needed to get jumped.
when
yeah. I
people
think
do shit like that, they need to
mhm.
learn that it's wrong.
But it's
And
like
street justice,
It's a real thing.
it's a real thing.
now I don't remember if this. So I've heard this guy got caught by the yakuza.
Oh,
He's still alive, I think. I'm pretty sure he's still alive. Yeah, he's still alive. But and then I think he got deported back to the United States,
as he should.
as he should.
Hmm.
It's like it's just so fucking stupid. People, the things that people do just to get
Truly.
money,
Again,
just
Just
to go viral.
just to think that they're gonna get some kind of fame, but it just they
yeah.
have the mindset of any content, good or bad, is still content.
Yeah, and
Mhm.
unfortunately, I think that also comes with this is a larger topic video, but I think that also has to do with the Kardashians because they were very much so like loud and proud about any media is good
Hmm.
media.
Mm,
So it really
yeah.
gave a lot of other folks that mindset.
On that note, though, do we got anything else?
Yes, two more really quick trigger warning, two more situations which again, risking your life to go viral. These situations are very upsetting. I'm not going to be going in detail, just know that they happened. Um okay. So the first one and trigger warning again. This deals with death. So there was a guy who did challenges on Twitch and him and his girlfriend would live stream another country. I don't remember which country, but I'm not going to be broadcasting it. And one of the challenges, it was a really cold night, and he basically like the challenge was, or like the thing that chat came up with or something of that nature, someone donated for him to lock his girlfriend outside in the freezing cold in like basically nothing. She was wearing like short shorts and like a t-shirt. She died. He locked her out there for, like, too long or something of that nature on, like, one of the coldest nights ever. She died, and I'm pretty sure he went to jail.
Good,
Yeah.
Mhm. Mhm.
good. Fuck.
I know.
What?
I know. Again, doing anything to go viral. I think it was a situation where it was, like, somebody donated and suggested that was the challenge or something of that nature, and he went with it. He, like, forced her outside and locked her out.
That's so fucking stupid.
I know. I know. And yeah, again, don't think she was out there for super long, but because of like the harsh conditions, that's essentially why she died.
I was like, even then, like, no matter under any condition,
I know.
come on.
This next one is really heartbreaking to me too, but also really
Oh God.
stupid.
We're gonna
Really stupid.
oh, we're gonna
Really
end the
heartbreaking,
podcast
but
on a
really stupid.
heartbreaking one.
Yeah.
Oh
So
man.
this guy and this boyfriend and girlfriend, they started vlogging. She was pregnant. They were expecting a kid, right? And this they would do challenges, right? And they were like pretty innocent, but he had the really brilliant idea of like begging his girlfriend to shoot him when he had an encyclopedia held up. Sorry.
I thought that was taking a turn for the worst. I
Um
oh god.
no, it is
No, no,
bad. I
no. I mean,
mean,
it's still very bad, but I thought this was gonna have to do something with the pregnant
oh no,
wife.
no, no. I would have like heavily trigger warned that. But so basically he convinced her to shoot him while he was holding an encyclopedia in front of his face. And she was like, "That's a bad idea. It's going to kill you." And he was like, "No, I've studied this. Like it's gonna be like you do it from this length and it'll like hit at this velocity and it's going to only go through part of this encyclopedia. I will be fine." But she did it. He died, of course, because guns. That's a really like I don't think that an encyclopedia would have been able to stop it at like any range, really,
No.
unless it was like super far away.
Super far away and you
And
had like 10 encyclopedias.
yeah,
Maybe.
and unfortunately, this poor girl was charged with manslaughter and is in jail.
Why?
And that's the stuff that people will do to go viral.
Oh my god.
Why?
Ended on a really happy note.
Ugh.
Truly.
Yeah, I've
Well,
heard that
Look,
story a couple of times and it just I like it always has resonated with me. It's really sad.
yeah. Well, on that note, if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to like, subscribe, and comment your favorite part down below. We are JMT. Um, we are streaming more now, which is cool. Um, and yeah, like check out our socials. They're all in the link below. So on that note, we will talk to you guys later. I'm gonna go cry.
Yeah, I need to book a therapy session ASAP. Bye guys.
stupidity can only take you so far.